One thing, though, in the methods that they brush over very rapidly, and that I
Hmm.
do actually think is a little bit problematic,
Oh,
is
oh, you've got my attention peak now. Go ahead.
okay, well, it's the question of who did it,
Hmm.
because this is going to always be the problem with the poo and the sick, unless you
Hmm.
find the dinosaur or other tetrapods in the process of actually doing the poo. It's going
Hmm.
to be very, very difficult to identify who actually did it. And
Hmm.
so what they did, I quite like this terminology here. They
Hmm.
said the bromalites were classified according to their gross morphology. I think
Hmm.
gross being the operative word.
Yeah, classified according to the disgusting morphology.
So basically, they looked at the shape and the size and what was inside them,
Hmm.
and then decided, and then looked at the fauna of the assemblage that they were found in, and then decided who kind of dealt them. So,
Hmm.
like, if it's an enormous poo with bone
Yeah.
in, they went, ah, that must be the large theropod we know from the fauna. He must have done that one. So
Yeah.
I do think that there's a bit of circularity in terms
Yeah.
of, it doesn't, because you're only ever going to identify it to aspects, to elements of the fauna that we already know.
Hmm. I think that's an interesting point. I hadn't. I mean, I realized they classified them into loose categories, which I thought was probably defendable, but I hadn't until you mentioned it realized the potential circularity there. If this is a big meaty one with bones in it, then it belongs to a meat eater. But that's kind of a difficulty because that's what we're trying to establish with these patterns through time is that we want to know who's doing what and who's eating what. And if we're making those sorts of judgments, also, I guess this is I. Okay, we're quickly devolving into thinking about poo now, but it's inevitable with this. You know, does your poo change shape if you eat meat one day? If you're an omnivore and I have a meat heavy month, does my poo morphology change from, well, I shouldn't include me. If one is a dinosaur and you're a heterodontus one, an omnivorous one, and you eat a plant heavy month and then you have a meat heavy month, does your morphology of your poos end up looking different?
It's a good point. I don't know. I'm
Don't
not a
know.
carnivore, so
Well, we
I
could do.
couldn't answer that
We're
question.
scientists. We should do some experiments. Oh, you're not a carnivore, right? Well, I should maybe focus this on. This is getting too weird, right? I should stop talking about this.
Let's move on, Rob.
Move on
Okay.
rapidly.